Noisy Pixel.
T, are you alright?
No.
After playing a few titles from the co-op horror genre, I feel like there are a lot of games that went for a gore first then story second approach, as trends tend to do. Developer Question turned that approach upside down though, with their newest title. While its world seems run-of-the-mill at first, once you go deeper into it, you'll come to find that there's more to it than you thought. I'm Victor Aparicio, and this is Noisy Pixel's review for the Blackout Club.
Oh, hi.
The Blackout Club starts out with a group of teenagers that gather together after learning they've all been experiencing a series of blackouts that are more than just sleepwalking. Empty memories and covered in blood, the teens realize that there's something much bigger going on, and right when the group's best friend vanishes, they investigate and find a much larger world underneath the town full of beings that are controlling the adults. It's up to the Blackout Club to find their friend and reveal the underworld as the horrifying, mind-controlling hive that it is. The premise is interesting for the gameplay because it inherently asks players to figure out a mystery of just what the adults and the enigmatic beings are up to. What's also great is how the players progress through the game's world. In the beginning, the Blackout Club is a simple nut, but later on, it gets far more difficult and complicated even when it comes to avoiding enemies. In the game, up to 4 players can go out to the neighborhood and complete missions that allow the teens to record evidence of strange activities and find clues to help figure out where their friend is. Missions are varied from taking pictures of forced entry to infiltrating the underworld that the dark beings occupy. As players search the town for their objectives, there are several enemy types, each with their own unique abilities that lurk around that can very well stop players from progressing further. Every enemy presents a massive obstacle for you to overcome, which in turn makes the gameplay pretty challenging. That said, missions are a little too simple, but at least they work well with the game's 4-player format. Thankfully, the hero items that are thrown into the mix do make missions more enjoyable, like for instance, the grappling hook that allows you to reach higher places. Along with the hero items, players can pair them with more abilities from the deck, the Blackout Club's perk system. With this system and the hero items, they both fit nicely with the game's design, and they allow for players to mix and come up with their own playstyles, further giving players even more great options to choose from. Basically, the Blackout Club is like a major puzzle, and there are many ways to solve it, which is pretty much what makes it so fun. The biggest flaw I can find with the Blackout Club is that its story is set aside in its prologue and intermissions between nights. For a game that's full of lore, I find the optional story bits that fill in the necessary context disappointing. All in all though, the game is far from being a typical horror game that we've all played over and over again. Instead, the Blackout Club is a good mystery that you and a few friends can solve together. The Blackout Club's great world building, storytelling, and gameplay, you're bound to be drawn to its insane world from beginning to end. Noisy Pixel is giving the Blackout Club an 8.1 out of 10. Thanks for watching. You can read our full review over at noisypixel.net. Noisypixel.net is run by a group of gamers who worked hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all of our future content.